Alright, so we have got pretty much a lot of the stuff buttoned up. We've got all the fuel lines done, fuel return to the regulator obviously, the fuel supply, everything's been buttoned up. We've buttoned up the breather, we've just got that off now. Yeah, it's been to the show, the car show and back, and we've managed to get it started through a lot of trial and error and online team viewer stuff with Sven from Gebbit Speed Shop. So without further ado, let's see if this thing starts. Alright, so we've got obviously my laptop connected up with all the information ready, bolted down the ECU, and yeah, let's see if we can crank it. If you want to see some more of this kind of content, please consider subscribing. Just click on the subscribe button, hit the bell, and you're good to go. Okay, so we got to get the car, get the fan working. That's the one thing. That's the radiator fan, and that's got to be working off the ECU. So we've tried to get it working on the existing relay setup, but that's not really going to work. So then I tested the output on the ECU, and that output doesn't look like it's working. So someone's put 12 volts to the output when it's an earthed output. So I need to change the output on the ECU. That's another thing. We got a couple of oil leaks we need to fix, and then we need to put a back box on this car. It's way too loud. There's no back box on it, and it sounds horrendous, to say the least. That's my personal opinion. So it's obnoxious. It's going to be terrible to drive. So once we've sorted out those things, then it is pretty much ready to go to the dyno. And yeah, and the way we have to tune it is it needs to be tuned for altitude compensation. So it's kind of has to run alpha N, but also with map. So it needs to be able to pick up the altitude, because we're 1500 meters above sea level, and then when it goes down to the coast, it's going to need to compensate for altitude. So there's that. So yeah, it's come out alright. We're also going to be using these sock filters that are still wet. We're going to be using these sock filters on the intakes for the car, on the ram tubes, and yep. That's kind of where we are with this thing. There's a lot of small little things we have to button up, but the big thing is to get the wiring to a point where, you know, it's stable and everything's working relative to the ECU. Let me show you how we've set up the ECU and the relay box, and then we are gonna jump onto the Fiesta real quick. So we've set up the relay box on the left and the ECU classic on the right, and that is under the dash of the car. So you have access to it, and it's also out of the way of someone's legs and whatever. This is just a whole bunch of loose cables and stuff that I have that I've been using for testing, etc. So let's move on to the Fiesta. Alright, so if you follow my socials, you will know that I took the Fiesta with a few other cars to the Cars in the Park show at Swartkops Raceway, and it was a great success. It was nice to meet some of you guys there. But the reason I'm talking about this Fiesta is that we have done a lot of work to this car in the background to get it to a point where we can do the final episode on this build series. And the reason it's taken so long is because I bought this car as a non-runner with the blown engine, and I've had to reconstruct a lot of the engine and the wiring and everything to get it going. So a lot of that work has been done, and it's getting very, very close. So the next episode next week is I don't know if the whole episode's going to be next week. Hopefully in the next couple of weeks, the next episode will be this car going to the dyno. Now the plan is that this car is first obviously going to get a service, engine service, and with our friends from Ravenol, they've partnered with us to sort it out, and then from there it's going to Das Tech to get a uni chip installed. And the reason being, this is a 1.4 chassis with a 1.4 ECU, but we've got a 1.6 installed. So we're going to run a uni chip just to adjust the fuel and the timing, and that'll also allow us to do some upgrades down the line when we're ready. But those upgrades are going to be necessary, and all of that will follow soon, and you'll see that in the build up to next year. But the objective is to get this thing dynoed, and then the final episode will be us testing this car and proving the concept of the budget race car build. So yeah, it's almost there. It's running and driving, but like I say, you can't really put load on it because it needs to be properly tuned, and it needs an air filter and whatnot, but we're going to sort that out. We've done a lot of things to it, obviously new fuel pump, valve cover gasket, intake manifold gasket, and a whole bunch of gaskets, changed water lines around, yeah, quite a few things. But we also got the bumper on. It's 40 shades of silver, so it needs some paint work and some cleanup, but that's not the objective of this. The objective is obviously the budget race car, and what is the cheapest but still safe way you can actually go racing. It doesn't mean you're going to be fast, but it'll mean that you can actually do a race. So yeah, I just wanted to give you an update on the Fiesta. I'm actually really chuffed with where we are with it. It's been something like 3 years in the making, and unfortunately it had to take a back seat because of my race car, which has also now taken a back seat because of cash flow. So anyway, that's going to be it for this episode, and I thought I'd end it on a high with this bad boy. That black E30 is also going to go soon, and then the Silver Fox is going to come back from exhaust. We're going to get that running soon, and then that can go to the dyno. So yeah, we're hopefully trying to wrap up some projects here and bring some more content to the channel, but I think going forward we're going to, like I say, wrap up the episode on this. And it'll be great to finally test this and prove the concept. The one other thing before we test this, and I'll cover it in the final episode, but we are doing a baffled sump on it just because of the risk, you know, with oil surge. And I've had a lot of issues with oil surge in the past, so we're doing a baffled sump just, you know, to make sure we don't run bearings. Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. Thanks for watching. Ciao.